have here the continuing stuff. We have here the recommended design condition for the indoor. We have all this in summer, so we have here 22 to 26. Ito yung range, no? So magpili na lang kayo between 22 to 26 dry bulb at 40 to 60 40% relative humidity. So pili na rin din dyan between range, no? So hindi naman dapat lahat kayo magpapare-pareho ng temperature na i-maintain. So pili na lang between 22 to 26, 40 to 60% RH. And during winter we have also this temperature 20 to 22, and we have 40 to 60% RH. So we'll be using the summer, no? Summer condition. So since it is the thick load that we have, we need to maintain. So from 22 to 26, and we have 40% to 60% RH. Now, for the outdoor condition class, we'll be using the weather chart from ASHRAE. So yung sample ko dito, so kinuha ko siya sa 2005 ASHRAE handbook, but usually I get it from a book that is yung binili ko online when I was still working. Okay, and that is weather chart from ASHRAE 2005. So you will notice here we have the weather condition, design conditions for Puerto Princesa. So what I am showing you, class, no, is how to use the weather chart that is from ASHRAE. Hindi ko siya pwedeng i-upload sa inyo. They are very marami siya eh. So we have plenty of weather chart that is being used by the ASHRAE. We'll be using also na gagamitin natin. And hindi ko siya pwedeng i-upload sa inyo in the class because of the copyright. Baka demanda na ako ng ASHRAE because of uploading this uploading yung I'm just only showing you how to use yung weather chart ng ASHRAE, but sa inyo na it is maghanap na lang kayo. Okay, so you can check sa mga kaibigan nyo na mayroong mga handbook ng ASHRAE. So makikita siya sa ASHRAE handbook fundamentals. So nandoon siya. Hindi mo siya sa take note, may makita kayong application, so ibang klase yun ng ASHRAE handbook of application. Hanapin nyo, hiramin nyo yung ASHRAE fundamentals if they have a copy, or you can check sa internet kung merong available. You can research that one and download if applicable to be download siya. And sorry, I cannot upload this one. There are plenty, madami ito eh. I will show you just only a glimpse of that one. So ito yung mga weather station, no? You can tawag dito, this is weather station. Mapansin nyo, this is from USA, Alaska, Arizona, so that is in America. So we have also Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois. Okay. So yan yung mga weather station na being used by sa ASHRAE to monitor yung actual temperature, no? Since we want to apply yung, we have also the Canada, no? And ibaba mo siya, we have your Australia. So madami to, plenty. So makikita mo bandang huli if we have we go to the Philippines. Pinakababa na ito siya. So from A to Z, country, we have last with Zimbabwe. Now for the Philippines, so we have also different types of weather condition here. Marami tayo. So pili na lang kayo, no? So yung pinakita ko sa inyo, which is yung Puerto Princesa. So ano na siya, no? Tanggal na siya dun sa choices. So you're going to choose yung Puerto Princesa, ginamit ko na. And now you're going to choose different location. So, dapat hindi magpare-pare yan. I'm checking that one. So meron kayo, you can use Baguio, Luzon Islands, // Luzon Islands. So makikita nyo, we have the corresponding here, the latitude and longitude value. Okay. And also makita ninyo, we have here latitude, longitude, and we have your elevation. So gano'n siya ka taas. Okay. So makita nyo, we have here meters that will be, usually this is 1,501. So Baguio, which is usually mataas. Okay. Makita nyo, pansin nyo yan, the elevation is 1,500, that is above from the sea level. So usually ang reference kasi natin, no, ang ginagamit na reference, usually we have yung tinatawag na that is zero level. Pag sinabi mong zero level, so yung reference palagi yan, tandaan yung class, that is when we say zero level, 0.0 meter. So ano yan, that will be in the sea level. Yun ang binabasihan palagi, sea level, no, yung dagat. Okay, so that is reference as a zero level. So beyond that one, yung pag tumaas ka na, that is above sea level na. Kung lumalim ka man, nag-dive ka sa dagat, that is below the sea level. So that is the pag nag-range ang range mo dito, ang value that will be negative, some negative value, then in meters, depending on negative na kasi, it is to show that is parang that you are below in the sea level, and positive, paakyat naman ng value, so that is above the sea level. Okay, so yan yung nagiging reference. So paano nagiging ganun yung saan siya nag-take ng reference ng value na ito. So that is above sea level. So you notice that is Baguio, mataas, malamig, and we have 1,500 that is above the sea level. So that is the saan yung location ng weather station na nandoon. So makikita nyo rin yan, we have in the PSU, yung Pag-asa. So, in the UST, we have the weather station dyan sa loob ng school, no? So this is daw so yung ASHRAE, they have also their weather station, no, to observe. So sometimes they coordinate na lang with Pag-asa, this one. We have here, kung mapansin nyo, Cagayan de Oro, we have elevation. So Clark, that's 155. So maraming places, Lawag, Iloilo, Mactan, okay? Ninoy Aquino, Rojas, Panay, Sangli Point, that is in Cavite na ito, yung Sangli Point. Tacloban, Tagbilaran, Bohol, okay? Tayabas, Zamboanga. So this is the choices. So yung Puerto Princesa is excluded na sa choices nyo. You will be choosing what places you will be gagamitin nyo, since we are considering na so let's consider that your building will be located in this region or in these places. So kanya-kanyang weather station, you can research that one sa internet or download if meron, or you can also go to mga kakilala nyo na merong aklat ng ASHRAE Fundamentals, Fundamentals. Okay, so hindi ko siya ma-upload sa ngayon, will not be uploading them. Meron akong mga kopya niyan. I have these copies also. So kung ito na yung Baguio, okay, just click I can see places. Okay, so mapapansin nyo, I cannot, sorry, hindi ko siya pwedeng i-upload, no? Because this book, binili ko kasi siya with license, and I'm afraid that if I will upload this one sa inyo, I will be, baka may madimanda ng copyright. So I will just only give you a glimpse of how to use this chart. So mapapansin nyo rin dito, the hottest month, that is in 4 sa Baguio, no? That is January, February, March, April. So that is in April. So we have the hottest temperature, which is 27 ranging. So yun, you can choose, no? So pili na lang kayo dito, class, kung ano yung location ng ano ninyo, ng building. So hindi dapat required na hindi kayo magpapare-pareho ng location. So eventually kasi marami naman, but so as I'm going to check, so meron magpapare-pareho but not all. Okay, so pili na lang kayo dito ng ano. So kung mag-check man ako doon, it will not be dapat hindi lahat totally isang location lang, because we have plenty, no? You can go and check this one. So hindi naman lahat dapat magpare-pareho. Kung magpapare-pareho, manilan, but not totally lahat, no? Okay, so I will be listing that one also, kung mga locations ninyo. So you will be checking na lang kung saan yung places na building. Okay, so let's proceed. So mapansin nyo dito, we have your latitude, longitude. Okay, then we have your WMO, that is stands for your World Meteorological Organization number. Okay, so yun ang meaning ng abbreviation na yan. So makikita nyo dito also, we have your elevation, which is 16 meters, okay, above the sea level. So this is the location ng weather station, usually 16 meters above the sea level. So take note also, be careful pag nagpili kayo ng chart, ng weather chart. So take note, tignan nyo yung units, no? So what I'm using here, units, that is in SI, degrees Celsius. Okay, and also mapansin nyo, we have here annual heating, humidification, design condition. Okay, then we have your annual cooling, so heating, so usually that is para painitin yung room, and you do humidification. So this is the data na gagamitin natin if you will do heating and humidification ng isang space. Then we have your heating, dry bulb. So makikita nyo, that is, we have here 99.6 to 99%. So this is the cumulative range na actual possible ng required, no? Para maintain yung for humidification and heating. Now we have also we can the DP, no? Ito yung DP. This is the DP, that is stands for, kita nyo dito sa I have here DP, that is the dew point temperature, no? So the temperature at which pwede na mag-condense yung yung water, yung water in the air. Okay, so that will be used for the coil of coil ng heating element natin. Then yung HR, so yung HR stands for that will be the humidity ratio or grams of moisture per kilogram dry air. So if you're going to look in the psychrometric chart, so humidity ratio, that will be yung line takbo doon, no? Okay. So ito yun, part na yan. So that will be the humidity ratio. Then we have MCDB. So MCDB, so that will be the mean coincident dry bulb temperature. Okay. Mean coincident siya. That will be the dry bulb temperature that we have at 99.6%. So cumulative frequency of occurrence. Then we have the 99%. Okay. So this is the percentage of occurrence. So the most likely ng mangyari sa environment, no? That is how to measure. Then we have annual cooling. So this will be the gagamitin natin because we're dealing with mostly hindi naman tayo nag-heating in our place. We usually do cooling, no? So this will be the reference palagi natin, no? Yung annual cooling and dehumidification, and we have your enthalpy design condition. This is the outer reading, no? So makita niyo the hottest month. So that is the column 7. So column 7 yan. So it is described as the hottest month, which is the highest average dry bulb temperature, no? So this is the number 5 that corresponds to month yan. So that will be, so this is an equivalent to month of May, no? Then we have the hottest dry bulb range. So that will be we're going to check, that will be number 8. So the daily temperature range for hottest month, so neglect nyo because this is in the unit. So I'm using is degrees Celsius, defined as the difference between the daily maximum and daily minimum. Okay, so we have the difference between daily minimum, and we have the daily maximum and daily minimum temperatures for the hottest month. And that will be in the column 7. Based on the column 7, no? So ito yung hottest month natin, which is in May. Okay. Then for for cooling, we have your dB. So means yung dB natin, that will be the dry bulb temperature, degrees Celsius, no? Then nakita natin dito, we have your slash, yung MCWB, which is the mean coincident dry bulb temperature in degrees Celsius. Okay. Then we have, makikita nyo dito, we have 0.4%, 1%, 2%. Okay. So the typical occurrence, no? The actual occurrence ng you will notice, you will be basing na lang dito sa ano natin, no? That will be 0.4, 1%, and 2%. So let's choose the hottest dry bulb here para pasok tayo dun sa design natin, no? Which is we predict yung pinaka hottest temperature, no? So in here for the Princesa, will be using yung 32.9. That will be 0.4%. So you will pili lang dito, no? But we must determine yung hottest temperature that mostly occurring, no? So kung ginamit nyo, which is 0.4% ng cooling for dry bulb, so lahat din ng properties nyo that is in here. Okay, that will be based also in 0.4%. Okay? So if you go into 0.4%, yung dew point temperature niya, we have your 30.9, yung dew point temperature that will be in 27.1%, 27.1, that will be degrees Celsius for dehumidification. So we try to remove for humidification, dew point temperature, it will be 27.1. So if we're going to plot this one in the psychrometric chart, so if we kung ipa-plot natin itong values that we have for annual cooling, that will be 32.9 degrees wet bulb, dry bulb, no? Ito yun. So we have here 2, 4. So we have your value, which is so we have here your value. So this will be your dry bulb, no? Dry bulb, which is 32.9 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then we have your mean coincident wet bulb, which is yung wet bulb natin running here. So you have your mean coincident wet bulb, which is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. So mapapansin nyo, you will notice the intersection is dito. Okay. So this will become now your so this is the relative humidity is, mapapansin nyo, that is 60. So in the middle that will be 70. So these are maybe estimated as yung relative humidity natin ng environment niya, relative humidity. Maybe it is estimated in, that is in 65%, no? Around 65%. 65% RH, no? So yung design condition natin, okay, so that is lowering, so you can choose in between sa dalawa. We have 40% to 60%, no? 60%. So pili na lang kayo dyan ng design condition nyo in between. So yung outdoor natin, it will be 65%. That is in the Philippines, in Puerto Princesa. So I'll be checking naman, no, yung magkaiba rin yan if you have in Baguio, in Lawag, so different places. Okay, so magkakaiba siya. So this is in Puerto Princesa lang, no? Then if you're going to plot yung dew point, that is 27.1. So going back to the psychrometric chart, so ito yun. So we have your dew point at this point. We have your 27. We have your dew point, which is 27.1. Okay. Then we have your corresponding humidity ratio, which is 22. No? 22, that is a corresponding humidity ratio going back. So it will be 22.9. So ito. Okay. So this one, 22.9. So going back to the psychrometric chart, we have 22.9. So units of that will be grams of moisture, no, and per kilogram. So let's check also the units here of your humidity HR. So that will be the same. So it is grams of moisture per kilogram of dry air. Okay. So tama tayo. We're in the right path now. Okay. Then so this is the when yung hangin touches to 27 degrees Celsius, so eventually yung moisture ng if the air passes to the ang usually kasi nangyari, if this is your coil, refrigerating coil, no, so if the air which is in the temperature of 32, that is ilan yan, how much is this one, is 32 point, so this is 32.9, so 32.9 degrees Celsius, it passes to a cooling coil. So with the temperature ng coil, which is 27.1, okay, degrees Celsius. So eventually yung the water content of the air start to condense. Okay, so mag-start na siya mag-condense when it passes to 27.1 or below. Usually kung mababaan mo pa yung temperature ng coil, kung bababaan mo pa siya, at 27.1 it will condense na. So it will form droplets around dito sa loob ng coil natin. Then the moisture content of the air is removed. Okay? Yung naman yan, the bypass factor determines naman kung how much is the how effective it will be, how much is moisture being removed. Okay, so that is determined also by how much of the moisture na lumalabas din dito. So how much is the moisture being removed and being produced or removed from the air. Okay, then you will notice also here, no, so for the monthly design, so we have January, February, March, April, May, June. So this is the reference, no? And we have the corresponding percents of occurrence, 0.4, 1, 2. Okay. Then for July, August, September, until to December. So you will notice here. So this is for the main coincident wet bulb and coincident dry bulb. So makapansin mo dito, we have for the dry bulb, so pinakamataas pa rin is May. Okay, you have 33. You will notice here you have 33.5 and mean coincident which is 27.4. So this is for monthly design, and we're using is the annual cooling humidification enthalpy design condition. So annual ang ginamit natin. And meron din tayong with the corresponding enthalpy given, no? The enthalpy design condition natin dyan. So ito yon, which is we have your enthalpy na ito. Okay, so we're using now the 0.4%. So you have 89.8. So if you can refer to the psychrometric chart, so that is 89.8 enthalpy, where your main coincident dry bulb is 31.5. So okay, so we have mean coincident dry bulb niya at 0.4, so MCDB, that is 31.5. Okay, then for the humidification, then we have the enthalpy of 89.8. So kung titignan mo sa psychrometric chart, so this is 80, usually this is your 90. So it is somewhere here, yung sinasabi niyang 89, yung sinasabi niya na enthalpy, which is 89.9. That will be kilojoule per kilogram. So the mean coincident dry bulb niya, which is 31. So kung going to plot that mean coincident dry bulb na itong portion na ito, it is somewhere here. So this is 32 mean coincident dry bulb. I'm going to plot that one. Nandito siya. Okay, and we have the corresponding how much relative humidity, that will be almost kung babasihan natin ito, that is almost that will be 80%, no? So kung 80% na ito, so this will be 60. So we have, that is almost around yung relative humidity mo dito, yung RH mo at this point is maybe around 75% RH na siya. So since it is 60, 70 sa gitna, we have in the middle, that will be 70, then we have 75%. Okay, so ano ba yung gagamitin natin? Okay, yan yung tanong. If we going to do humidification, usually nag-humidification naman tayo, no? So we'll be using this value. So let's say kung nag-cooling ako, okay, so I'm do cooling, so I will be using 0.4. This is the dry bulb temperature, no? Then if I will do dehumidification, so usually kasi dalawa so I'll be using the enthalpy dito. So kasi usually makikita natin sa psychrometric chart, ito sa given value. So we'll be using the enthalpy yung given sa weather chart, which is this one. So that will be 89.1. So I'll be checking that one also sa inyong calculation. So we'll be using the 89.8. I'm going to use that one. So kayo you'll be using these values na lang. So I'm using the 89.8 enthalpy for properties nung papasok doon sa ano natin, sa duct, ay sa fresh air. Usually we'll be supplying the fresh air sa loob ng building natin. Usually if we're going to draw that one, yung space natin, no, this is your space, then we have your coil here, then your circulated air dito. Okay, now your properties, so meron tayong damper dyan. Now yung properties ng makikita na natin dito, I'm giving na. So we have your temperature, we have the temperature dry bulb. So iano natin, i-generalize, no? So we have 32.9 degrees Celsius. Okay, then we have your enthalpy, so that will be enthalpy given, so this is for 40% lang, so it differs naman yun sa inyo. So it will be 89 point, so this I'm using 89.8 kilojoule per kilogram. Ito yung mga kailangan natin. Dry bulb, pag mag-mass balance, we have that one also para magamit natin. Then specific volume, siguro 89.8. Dew point, not biniding siguro the dew point. So take note, I'm basing it all in the 0.4%, no? So these are in I'm using the 0.4% accumulative occurrence. So ito lang naman, dito will be needing the temperature 39.9 degrees Celsius. Then we have your enthalpy 89.8 kilojoule per kilogram, since we need it for cooling. Humidification for heat transfer, no? So if we're going to compute yung heat transfer, which is yung Q, U, A, delta T, so the change in temperature, the outside will be using, I'm using it is yung the weather chart, which is 32.9 degrees Celsius, so the hottest month. So ito yung gagamitin natin, hottest month doon sa weather chart. Yung hottest month will be the change in temperature, diba? Then for the mass balance and enthalpy that we have, we'll refer on this enthalpy. Okay, And we'll also, para hindi tayo mag-iba ng values, we will be using the temperature niya, since in the psychrometric chart the mean coincident niya is, so this is have a mean coincident dry bulb niya, which is mean coincident dry bulb niya is 31.5, no? So ito yon at 0.5%, so that will be 31.5 degrees Celsius. So ito yung gagamitin natin in the mass balance dito. But okay, so this is the temperature that we'll be using dito, no? Now I'm going to so this is RO in this is RO in 0.4%. Now for the heat transfer, so we'll be using this temperature. Okay, so take note of that one for calculating yung UA delta T natin, and also for the convection, and also the radiant natin. Ito yung gagamiting temperature, which is based on the annual annual cooling and dehumidification. Now since we are using dito, kaya ito yung ginamit natin, is because we're doing mass balancing. So para magpantay tayo doon sa psychrometric chart. So yung outside temperature lang it will be 39.9, but if we're going to do a mass balance or process analysis ng psychrometric chart, so ito yung gagamitin natin, which is 89.1 enthalpy, and we have corresponding of 31.5 degrees Celsius. So with this one we have papasok na relative humidity that is around 75%. So yung RH nya is playing to naglaro sa 75%, papasok dito. Okay, so para natin yung magamit natin itong weather chart. Okay. So madali lang naman siya to follow, so it is not complicated. So, using the weather chart from the site for this ASHRAE that we have. So if I'm going to check in Baguio, okay, I'm going to check the Baguio. So the properties in Baguio, we have the hottest month. So that is also, so the hottest month of in Baguio, that will be, so that will be in April. So yun. Then the hottest dry bulb range, that will be 8.0. So you have the value wet bulb and for evaporation, so enthalpy, that will be 77. So for you going to do humidification, so you will be basing these properties if you will do dehumidification. Usually naman ang process natin is cooling and dehumidification. We try to dehumidify the space, not the space but also the air entering, not only the space but also the air entering the we'll be supplying air to the space. So usually we need to dehumidify the air, so we're trying to remove the moisture, okay, before natin ipasok doon sa loob ng space. Okay?